Hi Stamping friends, this is the third video in the November Skype Club. We are making these 3 cards this month. This was card number 1. This was card number 2. And now we're going to work on card number 3. Card number 3 is actually a gift card holder. So let me open it up and show you. You're going to take off the ribbon and it opens up and we've got Merry Christmas here. And then look how fun. Now, before you ask, you will not be getting a gift card from me in the club packets, but you will get everything that you need to make this fun card. We're using White Christmas this month. This is from the holiday catalog with Stampin' Up. Now, this swing card, this is a Thinlits die that does this for you, and I've extended it so that I can make this little pocket for the gift card. This is what the framelit will do for you, just give you this much of a card, not the extended part. So I'm going to show you how I did that. Now this is the framelit, and in the framelit you get all these extra pieces, and this framelit is actually the circle card Thinlit die from Stampin' Up. I took a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock, and this is 10.5 inches long by 5 3/8 so that it would slide. I'm going to pull this off so you can see what I did. Normally you would just take, to make this card, you would just cut the cardstock and you would put it on and it would cut it out just like that. Okay, but for this one we needed the extension for our gift card holder. So I took the cardstock and I slipped it underneath this piece. See how I did that? So I put it underneath and then I've got this piece out. Otherwise, this back would cut off my cardstock and I didn't want it cut off. Okay, so that's how I did that. These are all done for you in the kit, which, you know, I know you love me for because I do that ahead of time for you. For us to do this online class, that's the only way that we can do it. Otherwise, you'd have to have a craft room that looked like mine. Hopefully not as messy as mine right now with all that I've been doing. But the other thing I wanted to mention, when I ran it through, it actually gave me a crease where it would have normally cut off the cardstock. So I'm just going to fold it right there. Okay. And then I scored with the Stampin' Up! Simply Scored at 8.5 inches. So remember, this is 10.5. So I scored at 8.5. And so I'm just going to fold that on the score line. And that gives me my little pocket for my gift card. So I'm going to take my bone folder and give all of this a good crease. Fold this in. And then I'm going to fold this back. You're right. Fold it. Okay, let's fold it the other way since it wants to go that way for the sake of the video. Oh, but if I do that, my card's going to be upside down. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. Let's just see what it looks like upside down. It's not going to hurt. It's just going to open up and my little swing part will be at the bottom instead of the top. It'll be fun. Let's try it. I'm the queen of boo-boos. And if I can make a mistake, you probably will too. So hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. All right. So you got an envelope with this card. And inside the envelope are all the pieces that you need to put this together. Get them all out. Make sure you get all your pieces out. Okay, so I have cut all the pieces that you need. Remember this little white piece that we washed in video number 1? So by now that has dried by the time we're doing this third card. So let's put this together. So you have one piece that looks like this that's going to go in the center. And I need to grab something. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I wanted to point out to you that I already cut the layers for you, and that's how I did it. I just laid my pieces on here, ran it through, and it cut it out just perfectly. And I even took, grab my snips. You will have to, if you have one of these, you may have to give it just a little snip just to get it off of there. But on yours, in your kit, I already snipped for you. You can say thank you, Sharon. I'm just kidding. Okay, so let me just snip this one off. The reason that you have to snip, I bet you're asking yourself that, is because it wasn't designed to actually cut. It was actually designed to stop right here and be part of this circle. So that's why it doesn't actually cut it for you. Okay, so I showed you the other way that we were going to do the card upside down, but it messes up the plan of what your card's going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and fix it all back the way it was supposed to be. And so on this center piece right here, you're going to take this plaid piece. By the way, this paper is from Trim the Tree. And I'm going to use some snail. And I'm going to go around that little curve. I don't want my card's layer to fall off, so I'm going to make sure I put enough snail on there. And then you just line this up, just like that. Okay, so there's that piece. And then we have this flap. We're going to decorate the flap with this piece. And again, this is from Trim the Tree. And on your kit, I laid it like that. So you can kind of see a little edge of the cherry cobbler on both sides. And then I took this punch, this oval punch from Stampin' Up, and I did this so that you can get the gift card out, okay, or your recipient can. So you're going to take some snail and attach that to your card, and you will line up the top of your punched out piece so that it lines up perfectly. Okay, how fun, right? All right, so now we're ready to close this part, and you're going to use sticky strip. We want a strong adhesive to hold our gift card in, okay? We don't want to lose that gift card. So I'm going to put a piece right here. Okay, and then I'm going to put another piece on this side, so we're forming a little pocket. By the way, I'm not sending y'all a gift card, but you can send me one for Christmas. I'd be happy with that. All right, I'm going to take a bone folder and I'm just going to burnish that sticky strip so that when I take my snips, just lifts right off. Just like that. Notice I went in from the middle instead of trying to pick from the edge. It just works better that way. Okay, so fold this over. And then you can take your gift card and just slide it right in, okay? All right, so now let's decorate the front. We're gonna go ahead and close that over so that you realize what the front is. We don't wanna decorate the back. So let me grab my other little piece that I cut for us here. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna close that and it's gonna go just like this. Okay, and need some snail. And then I'm just going to line up the edge and press down. Okay, so there we have that. Now, one last piece. When you close this all up, this is what you're going to see. Okay, so we want this other piece that I included in your kit. It's going to go right there. Now, I'm using the two-sided designer series papers, and if you want to switch papers around, you don't like how I designed it, then you can easily change it. Okay, so I'm just lining that up. Okay, there we go. The gift card holder is done. All right, so we're going to take our little piece that we did the whitewash on, and we're going to stamp our trees. And I'm going to grab just a piece of scratch here so that I don't stamp on my paper piercing mat. And I'm just going to do these two trees on the side because I'm barely going to get any trees on there at all. Let me just show you a sample. See how it's just really cutting them off? Okay. But I want to get, I hope my head's not in the video. I apologize if it is. I'm just going to stamp just like that. And then peel that off. Okay, so I just have a little bit of a tree and the snow scene. So now we want our little Santa. What did I do with him? He's so cute. Oh, that's the bird. Did I put him? I put him up. Let me grab him out. I highly recommend, as you're stamping with these photopolymer stamps, that you put them back when you're done, like I did, because they're kind of hard to see. And if you could see how messy my craft desk is right now, you would understand what I was saying. So I'm going to put him on here. It's easy to lose them. All right, so we're going to ink up our little snowman. And I am using StazOn because I'm coloring. I don't want my markers to make my ink smear. In the previous video, I had shown you how to use the re-inkers to color if you don't have Stampin' Up! Markers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and continue on with that since I still have my ink from the other video. I'm just going to take a little bit of the Real Red and just dabbing that off. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Let me move that over. So see how I just dabbed it off because I don't want much. Just need a little bit because all I'm going to do is his scarf and his hat. Okay, so wipe that off, and that's all I did. Now, on the previous video, we used the dazzling details. We're going to do that again, and we used our trusty little Q-tip to color our snow. So it's the same technique as we did on the other card. Just going to put in some snow down here. I'm going to put some snow on my little snowman. And I'm not really doing his face, but you could. Let's see. It's hard to get in there. And then a little bit on the trees. I'm just scribbling. See how I'm scribbling? Okay. I'm going to take my Q-tip and just kind of blend that a little bit. I will tell you, the Q-tip gets dried, so you may have to go get another one if they dry in between. All right, so that's done. So now we're going to attach it to this little piece. And because I know that's wet, I'm going to put my snail on this part so that I don't touch my dazzling details. Okay, so that's done. Last thing is you have a piece of ribbon, and this is the seam binding from Stampin' Up. And you know, when I was making this, I was like, oh, this is kind of hard to do because my card won't stay closed. That's why I need the ribbon. So let me show you my trick. So you can do this at home, even when you're by yourself. Go ahead and just start tying the ribbon. Go slowly. Use your fingers. Push it down. Tighten it up. There you go. Your ribbon should be large enough or long enough to tie a bow. If while you're at Skype Club with your neighbor, you might need to help them if they need help with the bow. There you go. I hope you enjoyed this card, and we will see you at the December Skype Club. Bye! Well, I forgot to mention one more thing, so I'm going to go ahead and add it to the end of this video. There are some extra scalloped pieces in the kit, not in the envelopes like I showed you all the other pieces were going to be. And you need to stamp on here, whoops, upside down, Merry Christmas. And I loved this because there's plenty of room for you to write your name, okay? And then we need our little bird again, our tiny little bird. We're gonna go ahead and add him like he's sitting on the Christmas line. Okay. And he is perched right there. Okay, so then we can take and just color him with our aqua painter. There you go. I forgot to mention as well, when you get the aqua painters, there's 2 in the package. For Skype Club, you could fill one up with water and leave one empty, and then that way you can use that technique without worrying about you've got too much water on the brush or whatever. So, all right, so now where does this piece go? I'm going to open this back up. And it goes right here. So that when you open up your card, Merry Christmas, there's your gift card. Well, you know, the one you're going to put in there. All right, that's the end of this video. I promise I didn't forget anything else. Have a great week, guys. Bye.